Okay, it does start. Okay. Should be good. I have cams up. Good. Okay.
Hikaru with 1d4 deviating from one knight f3, which he has stuck to religiously in the RCC and in most online tournaments. This is interesting.
Yeah. I'm trying to wonder why he went for that. And Wesley goes for the Grunfeld. I don't think Wesley's going to play a King's Indian against
the King's Indian.
No.
Hey, you know who you're talking to right now?
But do you know who you're talking about right now? Because if you remember, one of the finest King's Indian victories of all time, it was Hikaru Nakamura with the black pieces.
Against Wesley with the black pieces, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So I think we're seeing a Grunfeld, but Hikaru plays knight f3 and e3 system, which is very tame, right? It doesn't allow the more traditional Grunfeld path where after the move d5, c takes d5, knight takes d5, there's a knight to capture on c3. So that's the big difference.
Ooh, and a Benoni structure by Wesley. And the Benoni structure makes a lot more sense when white positions his pawn on e3. Now, it is entirely possible, and you will often see white playing e3, e4, and losing a tempo. That's how good the Benoni is for white. But with an extra tempo, the Benoni is a lot more justified, and Wesley making it very difficult for Hikaru to push that pawn to e4. Knight f3, d2, the most typical move in the Benoni that you can possibly see. The knight heading for c4. What do you make of this?
It goes knight a6 logical. I believe e4 is still the correct move, although again, not 100% sure. Ugh. Okay. Or rook e1. Is rook e1 the move, or is e4 the move? I'm gonna play e4. Clearly not something that either of us have looked at, so we're both kind of, I mean, it's not like it's unknown, but we're not it's definitely something that I think surprised both of us, basically. Simple way of putting it. Simple explanation. Thinking for a long time here. Interesting. Again, there is increment here though. So rook e8. Huh. I think rook e1 is the move here, but I could be crazy. Pretty sure rook e1 is right. If I go a4, he has knight b4. That's the whole point. It's like he's trying to delay the moves. He's trying to delay these two moves.
I feel like we're just, transposing exactly into what we'd expect with knight c7 first. I just wonder, what the subtleties are, and this is what we do, right, Danya? As grandmasters ourselves, we're like, wait, this move order seems curious to me. Why would they do that? But I guess it goes to the same territory no matter what.
But the fact that he's investing his time tells us that clearly Wesley there's something that either is bothering him. I was going to bring up bishop d7, but this move looked awkward to me. I had briefly forgotten that knight c4 is still impossible. The pawn on e4 still hangs.
Right.
Hikaru is one step away from being able to play knight c4, but if he plays bishop f1, then Wesley plays b5 just in time. Maybe Hikaru could play a4 there, and then things get very tactical.
Oh, that gets sharp. And if white plays a4 now to stop b5, maybe that knight ends up on b4 rather than c7.
Maybe that's why he didn't put the knight on c7 immediately. I think we've answered the riddle.
Okay. Well, riddle me this, riddle me that. I think the b4 square is what it's about. So I think that Wesley, he's done, pretty much everything normal. He's spending his time, but they're about even on the clock. And for Hikaru, is he going to play this f3 move to make sure that e4 is defended? But as you were highlighting, Danya, knight h5, those type of ideas can be difficult to meet because black tries to take over the dark squares.
I know. I think bishop f1 is okay, so I'm going to play it. Because b5 a4 I think is okay. Knight g4, I think I just go knight f3 or knight c4 maybe, or even just g3. I think f3 was also, maybe f3 was also a move there. Maybe f3 was actually the right move, but whatever. No time for thinking. Just play good chess and good things will happen. It's pretty simple. Okay, he's thinking for a long time here. He goes knight c7, which I just feels wrong to me somehow because I have knight c4. Knight c4, b5, knight d6, rook e7. I mean, that's got to be bad after e5. Go knight c4. I guess he has knight c4, knight d5. Yeah, I better make sure I'm muted in Zoom, right? I'm muted, right? Yeah, I am muted. Okay, good. That would be a big boo-boo if somehow he's not muted. Okay, so let's see. Now a4 looks right. Knight c4 also looks right though. I think a4 is correct though, so I'm gonna play it. I mean, it looks right. He goes a6, so now I do have knight c4.
The open a file changes nothing. I think Hikaru is he aiming for a5? Or is he going for a queen sack?
What? Is there a queen sack there?
Well, knight takes e8 and knight takes f6.
Oh, okay.
And he gets a big center. I think, knowing Hikaru, I think that's what he's aiming for. He's going to open the a file, and then he's going to go for the queen sack.
Yeah, the queen sack does look much better with the rook on a1 actually having life in the position.
Bingo.
So this is clever.
But he's double checking, trying to figure out who the open a file favors. One would imagine it's white because white controls it. But these are big decisions from which there is no going back.
Right, and it's not entirely out of the question, even though at first glance I wouldn't love it. If a b5, black can technically play knight takes b5 as well. That's an idea that does happen in certain Benoni positions, just trying to trade off some pieces. e4 becomes a target.
Well, if Wesley's afraid of the queen sack, then he'll definitely play knight takes b5. There's no chance that Hikaru is considering anything other than taking on d6, because if you go knight a5, black plays b4, you drop the e4 pawn, you can eliminate that from your consideration.
Right. So it's just about, is a takes b5 going to be played? Knight takes d6. And Hikaru, he's really investing time here. He's down almost a minute at this point. So you said earlier, Danya, that Wesley, he's playing for a fight from the very first moves of this game, and he has himself a fight. Will we see knight takes d6?
I think we will. I think Hikaru has, I mean, there's the sunk cost situation where Hikaru has invested so much time.
Whoa!
No, it's not a queen sack, it's a knight sack.
Oh
Holy
my gosh.
Folks, knight takes f7. What a move.
Love it. And I love the fact that he
approves of it. Look at his center.
Yeah, it's massive pawn center, and the open a file means a timely rook a7 could be devastating for black.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna go for it. Yeah, I'm gonna go knight f7 and f3, and let's see what happens. Take, I play f3, b4, just take, and I also have knight a4 takes and bishop e3, which I think is also fine. Let's see. So I'm sacking a piece here, very, very sharp, very, very unclear what's going on. I mean, I could be losing here potentially, but it feels like it's in the spirit of what I have to do here. I mean, he has to take. I don't see anything else. Queen d7, just f3. Kind of unclear, actually. Kind of unclear. Yeah, I'm really not sure this is actually bad for me. This looks very, yeah. I know I said unclear like 50 times, but this looks quite sharp. Like, my assumption is it should be bad for me. On the other hand, I mean, I'm getting maybe a connect 5 in the center here, potentially, with all these pawn pushes. Okay, so he takes. I go f3, of course. See what he's going to do. Like, b4, knight a4, knight e4, fg4, bishop d4, bishop e3, and I'm fine. Oh, this is going to be interesting. I'm either completely lost, or I think I might be completely winning. I don't know which one it is, though. The good thing is, in this position, it's very hard for black to play. The onus is on black here. Like, I mean, since I sacked a piece, it's very obvious. I'm looking for like 2 pawn pushes, 1 or 2. And that's all that I have here, or rook a7. But I have very minimal plans, whereas he has to basically come up with the ideas here. So because of that, in a way, since this is a rapid game, this might be very good. Now, I suspect that in a classical game, well, again, I don't know. Let's just assume that somehow this is completely losing for me. In a classical game, I wouldn't want this position for sure. Let's assume the objective valuation is good for black. I wouldn't want this. But in a rapid game, even if that's the evaluation, rapid blitz, we're getting low on time, and I don't have many ideas. My moves are very, very much straightforward and forced, in my opinion. So because of that, it's actually much trickier to play with black, because he has to prove the advantage and he has to defend, whereas I just play the obvious attacking moves here. In fact, I'm really okay. He plays b4. Wesley wait, why does Wesley offer me a draw here? Wait a second. Wait a second. I have to think about this, because he just offers me a draw. Why is he offering me a draw here? Why is he offering? Wait, do I have d6 here and rook a7 maybe? Wait a second. If Wesley's offering me a draw, that means that he doesn't know what's going on. I'm smelling a rat here. Wesley should not be offering me a draw here unless he's worried. So e6 bc3 rook a7 cb2 dc7. I think this is okay.
But
d6.
Yeah, my gosh.
d6.
Wait, so if
What a way to reject a draw offer.
if bc3 is there rook
my
a7?
lands. Oh, look at this line. CB, is there DC?
Because
Queen takes C1 and
queen with check.
oh, and now you're just winning everything. No, this has got to be completely with bishop C4. Queen takes even just the calm. Queen B7 should win, attacking the bishop.
Wow, what a sequence! That's actually unbelievable.
Richness of the tactical complexity, and black down to 3.5 minutes. Wesley doesn't have the time to navigate the complexities of this position.
And I wonder if Hikaru thought the draw offer was a joke. You know, like there's no universe I'm taking it off. What does black do, by the way? bc3 rook a7 looks borderline devastating. So how does black even stay in the game there?
Well, first question, what if you move the knight? Knight e6.
Okay,
I know that's a crazy move, but
knight.
try this on for size. White can just play knight b5 and trap the bishop. Bishop h5 g4. Hey, I'm only down a piece for 2 pawns.
Right, so we might as well win that piece back, and now you have extra material and the safer king. So that looks
completely winning for white. Bishop is coming to c4, rook to a7, knight to c7. Ooh.
No, you can't play like this. You can't play like this. I think you have to take on c3, and he does. But after rook a7, what does he have here?
Some move, some crazy knight takes c4 like move.
Oh, because you queen d4 check or something like that? Is that?
Or bishop d4 check, trying to intercept the connection between white's queen and black's pawn.
Oh my gosh, we just show that. Knight takes e4, pawn c7, bishop d4 check, I think is...
No, I think here there's bishop e3.
And after bishop e3, you just
Rook
take
E3.
back.
And we should never forget that if queen takes e1, white takes with promotion.
Oh my gosh, with check.
Incredible. But I think queen d4 check might defend.
So bishop e3 now?
And then you just move the rook calmly.
Oh, that is so lovely. That's actually nuts.
But the next like 3 or 4 moves is where I should use my time. It goes king f8, but this gives me... Oh shoot, did I just wait, no, I can... maybe I missed king f8. That's probably a very good move. Okay, so I take on g4. What the heck is going? Take on g4 takes on b2. I take, he trades. Yeah, I just missed king f8. I mean, I should have used more time on that move. What the heck is going on? So if I take on g4, fg4, cb2, dc7, queen d1. I mean, this is very hard to play. Candidate moves. Think about the candidate moves. That's what I need to think about here. I mean, DC7's got... I mean, it's got to be right, though. If it's not right, I don't... FG4, knight e4, bc3, knight c3. I mean... FG4, knight e4 takes... Very, very sharp. A very, very sharp position. I also have FG4 he just takes on B2. I really don't want to take on C7 because it simplifies, but I think I have to. It seems like the right move. To take. I mean, I have rook d3, rook f3, and bishop d2. Rook f3 and bishop d2 is my idea. Again, still very sharp, still very tricky to play for both sides. What? He just... Wait, but bishop d2, he's got rook d1 or something? I didn't see rook d1, of course. Yeah, and then it's just a draw. I feel like I think I was winning this game. Bishop g5, king d7, that's way too risky. Yeah, I just forgot about this stupid rook d1 move. It's just a draw. Most likely. And I have this, I have rook e3 also, maybe. Yeah, he's got this and rook e3. I think I was winning this game. I think I misplayed this. I think I was actually winning here. Play rook a5 and king h3 maybe. Yeah, I think I was actually winning this game. Go king g2 maybe. Nah, I missed this. I messed this up. I think I was actually winning. I think I was. I think I moved too fast in that middle game and I messed it up. It's just a draw probably. I mean, I have rook f7, but it doesn't do anything. I think I was winning. I think I messed this up. I think here I should have just played knight a4. This whole d6 is just so concrete and so forcing. I think if I go knight a4, I don't know. Again, who knows? There might be tactics like rook e4. I mean, it's very hard to judge in a rapid game in particular. Okay, let's go here, I guess. Could have played h4 too. H4. I mean, I have bishop g8 maybe. Like, I'm trying to create something here, and it's not nothing. Again, it's not nothing. I mean, this should be a draw, but it's not nothing.
Oh, Wesley going to c3, beautiful.
It's very smart. Immediately rook c3 is a draw, so
just exquisite. Takes, and king f7 shuts down the bishop, forcing Hikaru to give away a pawn. And the piece should be signed shortly.
Very nicely done by Wesley So. This whole game, he was hanging on by a thread, but the thread held up, and that means he's going to go into game 2 with an even score, and he'll get the white pieces, which is a tough task for any player on the planet. Facing Wesley So with black, I wish you well.
I mean, what even am I doing though? This is just a draw. Like, this is kind of stupid by me. So I mean, this doesn't even do anything. I just have to make the draw. That's what it is. He just goes rook g4, rook f4 or something. I mean, it's nothing's happening. I do think I was actually winning though. I do think I was winning. I think I messed this up though. Again, I don't quite know where the win was, but there was a win somewhere in there. I'm sure of it. Yeah, there's just nothing here. He has rook f4. Really do feel like there was a win somewhere in there, but probably, I mean, it is what it is. Okay, let's just go here. I mean, everything leads to a draw here. Not much I can do. That's all a draw.
These players like still trying, both of them here.
Oh, bishop f4. Hikaru is playing with some fire here.
Right, like if you go king b1, rook b2, check king a1, you might get checkmated at some point.
Wesley needs to keep some time on his clock. Knowing his internet issues, he needs to keep himself with at least 7 seconds on the clock.
Right. And
okay. Take the rook. Or is Wesley going to go for it? No, he's not.
No, Wesley's just not that type of player.
No.
These two have had funny. They've had funny speeches championship games where they play like 150 moves, but no, this one's a draw. So why don't you pull up that moment, Danya?
I don't know. Was knight a4 right? Or I mean, let's see. Oh, this was winning. Oh, bishop ace. Wow. Bishop a6. Oh, bishop a6 again is winning here. What the heck? Oh, very poor. Oh, very poor by me. Why didn't I go bishop a6? I thought he had bishop d4. Oh, because on takes I just take. Should have used that time there. That's upsetting. I should have used that time. Very poor by me. So wait, was this holding bad then? This was bad. What he did was actually bad. Wow. I didn't use my time. Why did I go bishop a6? It's actually not a crazy move to find. Here it's crazy, but here I should have found it. Because I think it's just in my mind. It's not even so much the move. It's that I forgot that I have a square. I just thought everything I saw was with bishop d4 and the king going to h1. Unfortunate. Ugh. That's very disappointing. And then it's just gone. Yeah, it's all gone. I want to play this one. Okay, knight c3, play a6.
Big surprise, an Italian.
I'm absolutely shocked. Wesley So playing the Italian? No way.
What a bad decision to play something he doesn't know in such an important game. So irresponsible of him. But he does put his knight on c3. And you mentioned that that's been increasingly popular. Noterbeck has played this a lot. People have started putting the knight on c3 rather than the pawn on c3.
Yeah, and this pawn a4 move as well. You know, it doesn't look like it's congruous here, right? Like, you know, you usually play a4 with c3 b4, but a4 allows the bishop to survive in the diagonal. So knight a5 is never scary. The bishop goes back to a2, not a big deal. And so these types of positions, it's kind of white just keeping black at bay for the time being, and then seeing how to progress after the opening stage.
And generally there's a choice between putting the bishop on e3, trying to open up the f file, and putting the bishop on g5. We often see bishop g5 followed by h6 and g5, leading to some incredibly rich positions, sacrifices galore on g5. It's all about who knows this position better.
I mean, h6 is also a move, but I don't want to play h6. I think I'm just going to go bishop e6. So frustrating, though. If I use my time, I probably find bishop a6, but I didn't use that time there. I thought bc3 was the only move because of cb2. Ack. Thing is, if this game is a draw, I don't know what I'll do in Armageddon, like as far as like timing goes, because I think we're supposed to like bid or something, so it could be very, very weird. That's disappointing though. Bishop a6. I should have used my time there. If I use the time, I almost certainly play it.
I know that the engine in such positions usually advocates, believe it or not, for bishop takes e6, which to me intuitively tears my heart out to open the f file like that. I always feel like I'm going to get checkmated, but The engine is fearless. We've seen Jan Krzysztof Duda play these structures very successfully, but you called it. Knight d5 is on the board by Wesley.
Did you see Wesley's reaction, by the way? What was that? He kind of like put his hand in the air and was upset.
Disappointed? Like, already? This just looks like a normal position.
Maybe he's upset that he spent so much time to make a normal move. I don't know. That was strange.
Maybe he's upset that we can't tell what he's sitting on. Like, who are these commentators? Didn't even do their research before the show. No, but Hikaru's happy here. You can just sense that. I don't know. I can feel it in the air. Wesley just didn't quite get out of the opening what he was. I don't know what he was hoping to get, but maybe this is not it. I don't know.
And usually in this position, White thinks about playing the move a5 just to gain a little bit more space on the queen side. He plays bishop e3 here. How can you? I just don't understand how you can be like upset, but I understand what you're saying. But that's it. It's fine. It's not something where you feel like you're pressuring Black's position. Hikaru is just kind of chilling, making normal moves, but then you can get complacent, right? You can think, all right, there's no issue here for Black, but White can continue gaining space. Their idea is at some point to make a move like a5 and b4, and maybe even b5 as you're highlighting here. So White needs to think about bishop takes d5 at some point, and
whoa,
he doesn't miss. Well, that's really surprising.
I was not expecting that at all.
No, I don't like it one bit.
So after e takes d5, knight e7, does White have to play e4? Or is there something nasty? I think Hikaru is basically playing against the light square bishop. He basically is saying the bishop is going to be out of the game. I'm willing to accept the fact that the half-open f-file is going to be in White's favor.
No, but it's actually, I think there's a direct problem with this. You're right. You don't have to play e4 right away. I think after ed, there's a knight h4 might be possible.
Ooh, I see what you're saying. And if you take on d5 hungrily,
yeah, knight f5, queen b7 will probably be hanging at some point.
Vroom, vroom, vroom on the king's side.
Yes, I'm hungry and I want a full belly.
Takes with a pawn, I expect that. I go knight e7. d4, I always have e4, I believe, and then knight g6. d4, maybe I can even maybe I take. I don't know if it's right, but maybe. Okay, plays e4, I expect that. Now I'm pretty sure knight g6 has to be the move to stop knight h4. I'm gonna play like a5 or something, I assume. But again, I mean, I really should not be in danger here unless I do something criminally. Actually, not criminally. That is a real thing. I should do, as long as I don't do something negligent here, I should not really be in danger. Doesn't mean I'm gonna win or anything, but I really should not be in any danger. Because again, he doesn't have knight h4. The pawns aren't great. He's not getting expansion, really. I have knight f4 or knight d7 and f5. I mean, the question is, how do I want to play this? c6 and d5 makes a lot of sense on the one hand. In fact, what is wrong with c6 here? I'm trying to figure it out. c6, why is c6 not just great for me? I want to learn a lesson. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm just kind of curious why this isn't just great for me. Basically, I think I'm fine here, and if I'm wrong, I basically just want to understand why this is no good for a future like classical game. Why in the structure I can't play c6, because I suspect that I can. So he goes queen b3. I kind of expect that, but I thought there was some trick here with knight f4. Queen b7, checking knight c3 maybe. Oh, I also have b5 as a move. b5 is an interesting move too. Takes, bishop d5, knight d5, ed5, knight f4. Oh, somehow this looks wrong. This looks wrong, but think about this for a second. Knight f4 is also a move as well. Feels suspicious, but I can't quite pinpoint why it feels suspicious. Let's see. Also play rook c. Oh, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna play queen c7. Just trust my instincts here. I don't even know if it's the best move, but I feel like I have to trust my instincts. That something is wrong about the way he set this up. And d4 hangs a pawn. I mean, d5 is an actual legitimate threat here for me. He offers a draw again. See, Wesley's offering a draw. I mean, Wesley knows he's in trouble here, basically. Wesley knows he's in trouble. That's why he's offering a draw. The only question is, do I have enough to prove anything, or is it still just like very flattish?
Knight d2, and Wesley seems to be losing his grip on this position. I mean, there's the I hate to phrase it like that, but just the way the moves are looking. A queen a7, knight g4, knight f4. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it seems like Black is having all the fun and Wesley's retreating. Look at this, now he's staring off to the side, and that's not the I'm thinking with my ear that Hikaru does. It's like, what is going on here?
I'm thinking with my ear. I love it. Rook fd8, Hikaru declining another draw which Wesley offered.
Oh,
and
Wesley.
he's choosing the wrong moments to offer. I mean, he's already clearly worse.
Yeah, if I were Hikaru, I also would not have accepted the draw. Now that can backfire, right? Sometimes a draw very kind of, for lack of a better way of saying it, pisses someone off. You're like, why would I accept a draw here? But that can be a psychological ploy.
But my eyes keep darting back to this idea of queen a7, knight g4. I feel like at some moment that is going to come, and it's going to be incredibly unpleasant, let alone the fact that Hikaru can play d5 and grab control of the center, which is his ultimate goal when he took on d5 and played c6.
Yeah, d5 actually looks really frustrating for white to deal with, because you're not taking that on d5, because after edc you lose the c3 pawn. So that's...
Might Wesley intend an exchange sack on f6?
Oh my gosh.
Never mind. No, he's getting destroyed here. Look at this.
Look at Hikaru's...
White's position is collapsing.
Yeah, he's just putting pressure right down the center.
I don't know. This looks bad, but again, I was winning for a moment that previous game and I didn't win, so I need to like just keep it slow and keep it steady here. But based on everything in the position, I have to be better. I bet for a computer it's like -2 already, honestly, but we'll see. Queen c2, knight g4 actually looks really, really nasty. But again, no time to get cocky or think I'm winning. I just have to play the best moves. And if I play the best moves, I think I will win this game. But we're very far from this being over. Very, very far.
W4LK1NGI34D just took $5 out of Bezos's pocket. Thanks. Nakamura spam Nakamura flower Nakamura.
The fact that Wesley's thinking so long makes me realize though that this probably is really, really bad for him. King h1, okay. Ah, so he's gonna sacrifice. Okay, so he is gonna sack on f6, I assume. I don't believe this though. This looks very suspicious. Wait a second. This just looks wrong. I mean, I'm not just winning here. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. I mean, I don't know. I don't believe him. Yeah, I just don't. I don't believe him here. I think he's full of Bologna. Oh, but he's got G3. Actually, I didn't see G3. That's a tricky move by Wesley. I did not see G3. Oh, that's tricky. Shoot. see g3 at all. Go d4 though. D4. There's no good takes. Rook d4. I mean, guys, de4, knight e4, knight e4, rook f7 is bad. c5 is probably a move, but I don't really believe in it. So d4 looks right. d4 queen. D4 also opens a diagonal. I don't want to do that. I don't want to play rook d7. Knight g4. d5, knight e3 maybe. Knight e3, rook f7. I know that I should be winning here somehow. I just know it. Queen a7 maybe is just simple. Actually, what is wrong with queen a7? What is wrong with queen a7? I don't see anything. Because knight f2 just wins the material. Basically, I'm looking for the fork. I'm looking for the fork to win the materials. King g2, queen e3 is winning just because the rook can't go to e1. No, I think I'm winning here. I'm pretty confident that this is winning, barring some huge blunder by me. Because this is just an epic threat. Because if I can take and capture the knight and keep the chain intact without opening, this should be winning. And if he trades, I mean, then I get rook c8. I mean, then I think it has to just be positionally lost. I guess I'll pre-move this in case he takes. I mean, it's a safe pre-move at least. And this way I can't get antsy with arrows and mess something up. It's a really important move because rook f3 would work, but I have knight f2 check and then knight e4. So it's a it's very important that rook f3 doesn't work because g3 is a sneaky move trying to trap the knight. It's a very sneaky move.
So ed5, cd5, and then I don't have a next move yet, but I will think
maybe knight f3.
Sure.
Trying to carve out some purchase in the center.
Rook c8 or something.
Queen d2.
Your reaction says it all.
Right. No, I'm absolutely in love with white's position here. I love being down upon with no center and a wide open king. And okay, so he's going for it. Knight f3 is on the board.
You know what's a Hikaru move here is knight e4 because tactically bishop takes d5 doesn't work to knight takes c3. So
isn't there bishop takes f7 there though? Sorry.
No, then I just take back on f7.
No, I take knight. Oh, your knight's defended.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's what I was worried about. And then I was like, no, this seems like a Hikaru sequence because it looks scary and it's not.
And I want to come back to a point we made a little while ago about when you're winning, it's okay to allow counterplay. Hikaru never minds doing more calculation. I think that's what makes him so deadly in winning positions. He's never going to say, I could go for this, but that forces me to calculate. He will sit there and hammer it out until he finds the most precise move.
I think it's a really good way of putting it about Hikaru, and it's something I don't think he gets enough credit for, because whenever people talk about his natural talent or this and that, it takes away from his hard work, and I don't think it has to be one or the other. It's both, because you don't become a top level chess player without the talent and the work that you put in. And even in a moment like this where 7 different moves look just completely crushing, he is trying to find the best plan to punish Wesley at this moment. And it might be rook c8, it might be knight e4, but you know that Hikaru, he's doing his due diligence.
d4 is also maybe a move. D4 opens. I don't want to open it. Okay. e8, queen d2, knight e4, queen d3, rook c3, queen b1, queen e3, maybe queen e3. I don't know. Queen e3 looks like the right move. Let's just go for it. Again, I don't know if it is the right move, but basically here there's really only one thing, which is I take the danger out of the position. Step 1 is take the danger out, and then step 2 is just try to convert some kind of end game. But again, objectively, this has to be just lost for white. I mean, it's impossible for this not to be losing. Yeah, he goes rook d1. I think rook c8 is the right move. Knight e again. Knight e4. Bishop d5. Okay, so let's just go here. Does queen d2 I just trade? Queen c2 I have rook c3 and knight f2. Yeah, I think I'm almost certain that this is just over now. Yeah, this just looks horrible for Wesley. I don't even know what he's supposed to do. I mean, b5 I just take and take. Yeah, this should just be lost. 1 minute and counting as well. See what he does here. Bishop c. Oh, he's got rook f2. I missed that. Oh shoot. I actually, you know what's crazy? I saw this when I played it initially and then I forgot it was a move still. But I mean, this still is winning. It's just that was stupid. Let me trade rook de1. And I mean, I'm better, but yikes. Do I have queen e2? Wait, queen e2 maybe? No, the knight g1. Ack. So stupid. I you know, it's funny. I saw this when I played it initially and then I forgot. I guess I take. I mean, I'm still better, but there might be some tricks now. Probably not, because I just go back to a7 and take. Plays rook e1, so I go back. Knight e5 I just take. Yeah, this is still winning, but I'm not happy with my technique. Take, of course. Knight e4 should just. I also have rook c2, but knight e4 or rook c2 first is the question. I think rook c2. Knight e7 just takes. Yeah, okay, let's go. Oh wait, rook c2 he's got queen a1, but then d4 maybe, or just d4 right away. Wait, okay, let's go. Let's go here, because knight e4 is a big threat now. I go here, and now there's a checkmate threat that he has to cover. And also now the queen's cut, so now this is over. Yeah, now this is over, barring me doing something absolutely insane like slipping. So let's just go here. Takes and queen f3. Yeah, there we go. Although still, again, be careful. Yes, there we go. We get the dub, you guys. Big dub, and we move on to the grand finals. So we move into the grand finals, you guys. Oof, sheesh, what a win.